Ho, ho, ho. Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. Bet you didn't expect to see me here. Well, boy, do I got something for you today. You see, I'm like a holiday spirit, but instead of like joy and presents for the kids, I bring shitty Duel Links news to you too. What's up, boys? Today, we're gonna be talking about a couple things. Talking about something that's been on my mind for a while on Duel Links, and then later in the video, I'll give you some life updates about me. I know a lot of people have been asking about videos and streaming and all that because I've been kind of silent, especially in November, and we'll talk about all that later. But first, I want to talk about Duel Links' probably worst mistake they've ever made since I've played this game, and I'm saying that unironically. I think if you are, it doesn't matter if you play this game for Speed Duel. It doesn't matter if you play this game for Rush Duel. Whatever you're playing this game for, they, it is, they're doing something that I think is just not good for the game, and that is they're alternating boxes between speed and rush. You can see here, Rush Duel today, I believe, is supposed to be getting their second ever box, which is a mini box. And of course, Speed Duel. I mean, Speed Duel is skipping this month, while Rush Duel is getting a box this month. So, Deep Emotion, if I'm checking correctly here on Duel Links Meta, came out on October 23rd today, a month ago, which means the next Duel Links pack won't be until December. So we went from waiting 1 month for a box to 2 months. Now, I want to put the positives out there as well. Listen, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy all the time, all right? I'm going to talk a little bit about the positives. The reason they're probably doing this, probably, is because they're running out of cards. I think there's something like 4 or 5,000 cards left for speed, and they're trying to slow things down by introducing Rush as well. They're also trying to alternate, like releasing these deck build boxes kind of in the months that they don't release like an actual box, which I guess could be nice if you're only playing one of the modes. Um, you can kind of save your gems. I guess that's kind of the thought process. But I have several issues with this. Number one, they're not actually giving you more gems, right? The gems are the same. And there's just it's split between rush and speed now, and you still need to play both modes to farm those gems, right? Like if a new PvP event comes out, or like the KC Cup for Rush comes around, which I believe was announced, if I'm not mistaken. My information's about 90% correct. Okay, I haven't sat down and played a lot of Duel Links lately, but this is kind of what I'm understanding as I read the new updates that come through the game. You're not really going to be able to compete in those events without having like a deck for that mode, which means you can't really generate gems. But if you spend gems, now you see what I mean? Like that's kind of where the issues happen. You're going negative either way. Now, I don't know how many people have played Duel Links for a really, really long time, but those that have, you remember back in the automat meta, or even this past before Rush had come out, where we had a 2 month break with a similar meta. Those are just never fun in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I don't want to say Yu-Gi-Oh! In general because I haven't played a whole lot of advanced format. Most of my time has been playing speed format. If the meta isn't changing consistently, it's just not that fun. And in Master Duel, they kind of circumvent this by just releasing a ban list over and over, right? Every month, we're going to release a ban list, so the good stuff gets moved around, and they try to make you play new things. Does it work? That's up to you to decide. I don't really think so. It works that well, but it's what they try to do. Here in Duel Links, because we have so many cards to release, to catch up to where Master Duel is, or not even Master Duel, but like TCG and OCG, the way they change the game is by just releasing more cards, right? That makes sense. That makes sense, right? You just keep releasing more and more and more cards, and then that's how you change up the game. What's really cool in Duel Links is a lot of those decks, for example, Blackluster Soldier. Has there ever been a time where a Blackluster, I'm not talking about like a Blackluster Soldier card was used in a deck, the entire Blackluster Soldier archetype was meta. I don't think it's ever happened in Yu-Gi-Oh's lifespan. Yeah, it happened in Duel Links because of skills, which made it, which you could have your own opinion of anime skills or whatever, but at the end of the day, they make these useless decks and these useless cards playable and thus being sellable in boxes. You know what I mean? Now, so when I say there's like 4 to 5,000 cards left, that's still plenty of years to go. But inevitably, assuming this game survives long enough, it will catch up to the main game, and I see kind of why they might want to pull back and only release one every 2 months. But I feel like this is the wrong way to go about it. Rush Duel. I mean, you guys know my opinion on it. The game is very simplistic. The new set that's coming out is going to add a lot of flavor to the game, which is nice. But uh, waiting 2 months for a speed duel box, or even if you're a rush duelist, waiting 2 months, especially the rush duelists, I feel waiting 2 months for a new pack when your game is in such a simplified state and you want it to get like more complex. And I'm not saying Rush Duel needs to get as complicated as Master Duel or Speed Duel, but come on. I mean, anyone that's played it realizes. I mean, you could just go look at tournament data. There's just not as many people signing up for Rush Duel things. The Rush Duel world didn't have as many players as like the Vrains world when it came out. People are definitely waiting on Rush Duel to get better, right? Like that's kind of the general gist. It's like, I like the idea, but the card pool just kind of sucks. And I don't know if waiting, potentially, because like if this next pack doesn't make them all want to go play Rush, they're gonna have to wait another 2 months. Like that is a long time. You'd go from, you'd have to wait all the way until freaking January, and if that doesn't work out, you have to wait till March, and it's like, oh my goodness. 2 months between a box release is insanity. Even if you do decide to release the little pickup boxes or whatever these things are, like they're just not enough. It's just not enough content between the two modes, in my opinion. I think this is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen Duel Links do. I think a lot of people are kind of moving away from the game because of this, and they're only coming back to play when their game gets updated, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people that play during the Rush release, for example, they're not playing right now. They're waiting for the next Rush box, which would be today's. They're all coming back. But then all the speed duelers are waiting. Yeah, you get a ban list. Yeah, you get these pickup boxes. And yeah, the meta may shift from time to time. But even if, let's just assume everything goes great and the meta shifts, the problem is, what if you get that 1 month where Konami tries to shift the meta and it just doesn't shift, right? You're waiting for cards for twice as long than you used to wait. And if you're not into both modes, it's actively detrimental to you. I don't know. I believe this is the worst change I've ever seen this game make. It's not the worst they could have made. They could have like mixed the boxes and given you some rush and some speed, which would have been way worse. But it definitely feels like one of those scenarios where it's like, oh, this is the best of a shitty situation that you can kind of get. And I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. You guys let me know in the comments what you feel. Do you feel that it sucks waiting for 2 months for a new Rush Duel? I mean, I would imagine even Rush Duelers would probably be the most upset about this. Like, you guys have only had the one basic box that had come out when I played it on stream this entire time. And I think you guys got like a new bundle or something. We can check here in the specials. Or maybe not. Check out these items. I think I saw a bundle somewhere. I don't know. I saw it on Duel Links meta. Apparently, Widespread Ruin and stuff is coming out. I guess the bundle came out for Duel Links, and then I guess today the bundle's coming out. No idea. I just think that's super shitty, having to wait 2 months for content when you only had to wait 1 month before. And then Rush Duelers, they're just straight up waiting for for 2 months from the get-go. I don't know if they plan on adding Rush to like Master Duel and then releasing all the cards at the same time or something. It kind of feels like maybe that's what they're headed towards. But I really feel like they fucked up with Rush. I feel like Rush should have just released all their card pool and should have been a different app completely. Because at this point, it just kind of feels like they're half-assing it with both games to kind of Frankenstein one game, and I don't know. It just doesn't it doesn't feel good waiting this long for new content, in my opinion. So that's my opinion. You guys leave in the comments what you think about your opinions, boys. I missed you all. I've been settling in to work. I've finished my training. I'm getting into kind of a flow state with everything. Um, a lot of people have been asking about tournaments and content and streams and all that. And I do want to do tournaments again. I think in December we might host one or two tournaments, um, depending, obviously, with this upcoming box. I don't really super care, about like deck building box. I would much rather wait for, um, I guess, the December box for Speed Duel. I think Rush Duel has potential for tournaments, but I want to wait until there's an actual meta that develops there rather than just, unga bunga attack, 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 attack. I don't think anyone wants to watch that. It might be fun to play, but I don't think anyone actually wants to watch that. So probably in December, we'll have one or two tournaments. And then in January, hopefully we'll get to the point where I can at least do a single stream a week. That's kind of my goal right now, a single stream a week and a single video a week as well. Of course, you guys probably have heard Twitch streamers can now stream on YouTube and Kick and all that at the same time. So I think that'll be super awesome. And then, of course, I've always kind of wanted to do more than just Duel Links and Master Duel and Yu-Gi-Oh. So you may see me stream and you may see me upload videos that are not Yu-Gi-Oh related in the coming months as I get more and more downtime. Yu-Gi-Oh will always be a staple of this channel. Of course, the channel is called DLE Yu-Gi-Oh, but you may see some passion projects launch up on here as well. So if you want, you can like, comment, subscribe on those videos, and that would help us out a lot. Yeah, that's it, really. I miss you all. I hope you have a happy holidays. Let me know what you think about this Duel Links change. I don't think Duel Links is dead or anything like that, but I do think this is one of the worser changes that they've had. And if we see the game get sunset in the next couple years, this is going to be one of those things you point back to and be like, "Ooh, they should not have done that." This is a direct reason to why. That's it for me, boys. Take it easy. Peace out. Till next time.